movement, it gets really difficult.
Okay. I mean, this is something that I really hope to be proven wrong, and I know I just made a lot of the NorCal in chat extremely angry just by saying that, but like, I want to see, and we're gonna see right now. And one thing that I also noticed when I was watching
fair strings. Oh, he's gonna make it back though.
Yeah. When I was watching JK and BestNess play, is like the degree in which they're able to punish off of each other's openings is utterly insane. Like I saw BestNess literally PK Thunder 2 straight down off stage on a witch timed opponent, and then JK was able to go off stage and still save him.
Wow.
Like it was just that level of coordination is terrifying.
Yeah. And from what we see right now, what's happening is BestNess and JK are just stuffing everything that Luis and Smurf are trying to do.
Like it looks like they've each only been hit by one move each.
Yeah. And you know, on top of it too, like they're just not playing coordinated. This looks like two 1v1s, and that's not what they TCM wants to do. Smurf and Luis.
Yeah, JK and BestNess being able to make it out of pools of I think every saga they've been to. Or almost every single one, they are not two players you want to force into just 1v1s. When you're essentially, you have one player who doesn't own the game.
Oh, that DI was terrible.
And, I mean, Louis is good, but he's still kind of up in cover status. That was gorgeous.
Yo, okay.
That was a worthy trade. Go on.
Let me tell you about Luis's situational awareness and, like, how quick he can do decision-making.
Yeah.
Man, we saw before in the Foundry where he grabbed Camelange out of his jump.
Yeah.
That's the kind of decision making you need, especially for doubles.
Yes.
That's why he's so great at doubles, is that situational awareness and quick decision making.
So yeah, if you guys didn't catch it, what was going on is like we saw him up E through the PK Thunder, right? But what was happening is BestNess was at a very fresh stock, and Luis was already at death percent.
Yeah.
By doing that trade, he profits off that.
Yeah, he was already dead. He didn't have a double jump, so
yeah,
just take it as it is.
Take what you can get. Is a fantastic work right there. But right now, even after that fantastic play, it's not looking that much better for Red Team. They're having a hard time finding any sort of opening in terms of getting, you know, really anything started. Like you said, Blue Team's so efficient at stuffing out all these options, especially like the way JK is using that Nair, right, to just stuff out all sorts of recovery approaches of these characters.
Yeah.
Another trade.
His witch times are just like kind of on point whenever he's like really smart about his witch time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I feel like I have pressure. Let's just witch time. I have BestNess to cover me.
That's true. Yeah.
You always have to remember that. And JK's offstage game is insane. And when you're playing Mega Man, who has trouble even getting back on this stage, he doesn't have a hitbox on his recovery. It's pretty tragic.
Oh man, and you see right there, he felt vaguely pressured. Smurf, sure enough, fell immediately for that witch time.
Yeah, and I hate to admit it, but it looks like it's just really hard for them to land. Like,
yeah, like even as good as we saw them doing against XX and Trevante, this is still quite a suffocating thing to have to try to persevere through.
Yeah. And it sucks also because if you have to trade with Ness,
you're losing.
Yeah.
Oof. Speaking of losing, ouch.
Very hard to tech right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to say I might have told you so, but like this is looking like my prediction might be right, and I don't want to be right for the first time. I don't want to be right.
You are right, sir.
Oh man. Oh, that is gonna be a bad time for Mega Man.
Oh, he air dodged too. He couldn't do anything. He had to throw away the leaf shield. I'm not sure whether the leaf shield stays out longer because of witch time or if it still has its own duration. Do you know that? Do you know?
I don't. I would assume the duration of it existing gets lengthened just like the duration of all things like iframes and everything.
Right.
I feel like that makes the most sense.
Right. But like, see,
it is a projectile.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So projectiles have their own like timer basically.
Yeah.
'Cause you know, okay, so you know Sheik Needles, right?
Yeah.
Sheik Needles, the move wasn't nerfed. The needles itself was nerfed, so the projectile runs out quicker. So, I mean...
I see what you mean,
yeah, It could be the case for Leaf Shield where it just stays out. But that was actually a really long time, though. It stays out for a long time.
It already naturally stays out for a while. I mean, in that situation, ultimately didn't make a difference. But that is an interesting academic question to ask Kuragana Hammer.
Yeah. If you watch it.
I mean, we could also just add him at Twitter. Like, he answered, like, if a question is, like, intellectually stimulating, it doesn't matter who asks it, he finds the answer. Because it's just like, oh, you know what? That's really fascinating. I'm going to look into that.
Yeah. Oh, man. Footstool combos. And that's what we should be looking for Smurf and Luis, actually.
That is actually their bread and butter in terms of punishes. And that's where they can start equalizing the magnitude of these punishes and already 20 seconds in.
You know what? FD is actually much more difficult to land on. I'm surprised they picked FD, but... it looks like they had trouble just catching them in general, so it helps out.
Yeah. You know, I really like this stage as well, and I mean, we saw this in the previous set as well, the ability for Smurf to control stage and pressure everywhere on FD.
Right.
Like, no platforms means he can actually just turn a direction and start spamming lemons, and he's exerting pressure.
That is correct. And oh wow, the game plan seems to be mess up JK. don't let him get anything. And just push away BestNess.
And it's working right now, though. Already 2 stocks up for Red Team. What a turnaround for these two.
I like that save. That was actually very smart. Don't let JK get that pressure. Great tech and immediate up B. You have to know you can act basically immediately out of the tech. So smart to just get back on the stage immediately. Nice edge guard.
Fantastic interception. Right now, only the first stock lost for Red Team. They're nearly winning by twice as much as Blue Team, though.
Who edge guards Bayonetta?
Apparently Smurf does.
Yeah,
apparently the man who doesn't play singles.
Yeah, the man who doesn't even own the game.
That's why he can do it, right? He doesn't understand that's supposed to be impossible.
There's no fear.
Yeah.
I like it. You know, maybe that's what helps. Having no fear.
Honestly, because Smurf is a melee player, right? And it's interesting because he's a melee player who never plays doubles in melee.
Yeah, it's like swaps.
Yeah.
That's odd.
He is a strange fish in that sense, but I've heard a lot of players say that Smash 4 melee is the most hype. Right there, though, no follow-up and immediate high recovery to escape.
Oh, no. Okay, as soon as I saw the situation, it was just so bad. Luis was stuck on the other side of the stage, and Luis normally goes out and helps
he wasn't,
Smurf.
It wasn't able to get there in time, and then Smurf, unfortunately, buffering another Leaf Shield after getting tapped instead of an up B like he probably was hoping for.
You know, he does do Leaf Shield just to like help him land, but in that situation, it was just, it's so hectic. Like, how do you think of it? Oh, here's Witch Time. Dang, it's so hard to hit Bayonetta out of Witch Time when they have a partner.
Oh yes. Oh my God. It's a real challenge. I mean, that's the power of doubles, things that are normally unsafe and not really factors in certain neutral situations. And 3 stocks is what Smurf has managed to take off of JK so far, and BestNess is looking pretty bloody right now. If they can close out BestNess, which is what Smurf is looking for, they can take this game.
They Luis tried to 2-frame the up B, but it's a bit hard. It's a bit tight, too.
That's it for No! BestNess still alive. Forward throw, not going to kill. Both red teams still alive. And right there, I don't see how BestNess died.
This is what they want.
I mean, JK had to have been watching the previous set, right?
Yeah.
He understands, don't get sandwiched between these two.
They were right in the front row. They know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh,
interesting frame trap setup right there. But the bat within takes him to the other side of Mario. And you can see it right there. Yeah, JK going so much focus on trying to take out this Mega Man.
So good. That is exactly what he needed to do. He needs to just push one person off stage and pressure them to the point where, you know, these guys are very, very skilled at performing their doubles combo, their footstool, their down throw footstool. But what they aren't practiced are saving each other because they're just so used to
dominating the 2v1 space. That's never a concern. Nobody's actually found that opening to capitalize that hard. And we're finding, though, JK able to do that and able to take a 2v1 where everybody else tonight has failed.
Yes. And now they're up 2-0. They're taking it. That last game was not very convincing, and it seemed like it was in Luis and Smurf's favor. Yeah. But to be able to bring it back, especially when losing stocks that early, that's a really good mental fortitude right there.
I'm regretting saying no to dinner because watching this dub is making me hungry now.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Because they are.
I shouldn't have said no. I made the greatest mistake of my life.
JK and BestNess are devouring Luis and Smurf. Right
now.
My
God, yes they are. It's honestly appetizing right now to watch.
Okay.
Oh, okay, and right now just immediately going back to FD, and JK didn't even give them any time to get anything set up in terms of movement.
You know what I like? I like how JK is the one who is aggressive, too. Yeah. Because, you know, Ness just doesn't really have too hot of an approach option. Yeah. More like baiting option, so if JK pressures them, he can catch him off guard.
Yeah, and then there's Ness with his monumental punish game if something happens, but once again, within 20 seconds, we have the same thing.
Speaking of punish game,
yo,
watch out for that up tilt for Mega Man. Power Shield up tilt, Power Shield buffered up tilt.
We got ourselves a Witch Time, but I like Louis Money was there. He didn't even commit to any buttons. He just stood there and said, go ahead and try to keep doing your Witch Time combo. Let's see what happens.
Right, yeah, and he, like that, you know what? It's hard to pressure Bayonetta, but sometimes if you just pressure Bayonetta, they get your partner gets out of Witch Time for free.
Yeah, and I mean that's honestly a massive victory to not lose a stock to Witch Time.
Yeah, but man, that Metal Blade into up air,
not the sort of victory that Red Team was looking for. I'll say that much.
Exactly. Okay. Man, this Smurf needs to get back on the stage right now. And man,
barely makes it.
BestNess is insane. The way that he's like pushing Luis off, it's not easy to do that.
Oh, that yo-yo so good.
Yeah, and it wasn't even the back hit that comes out. It was the front hit that comes out later, so the timing was just on point.
Yeah. I mean, there is a reason. We're going to be saying this all night. There is a reason he calls himself BestNess.
Oh no!
I mean, let's.
Oh! Killed Luis too.
The interesting situation there.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait to see how much that pans out because I know they were having trouble taking out BestNess's stock.
Yeah. Okay, so keep a note right now that witch time is actually kind of stale. He's been using it a lot.
No, that is true. That is true. He's going to need to wait for about 20 more seconds before it comes back in full force.
Yeah. Man, I wonder if BestNess and JK know how to play against Mega Man. You know they will never use their double jump. They'll just wait. So, kind of want to see how they react to it because they don't seem to be like picking up on it too much. But they still, put on the pressure on Smurf.
They're still getting that extra damage and nearly taking out Smurf's second stock right there.
So smart to wait for that air dodge and getting that roll read.
And just he's just doing nothing but up smashes.
The disrespect right now.
And then getting the witch time the moment they finally try to get that punish.
Okay, JK, calm down.
JK being a little bit rude right now and getting spiked and immediately taking out to the stage.
And Luis thought he can get the tech chase with the up smash, but he missed the timing. That's a bit.
Oh, that is a big no-no. You don't land with pellets against Bayonetta.
I mean, what can you land?
It's not a good matchup for Mega Man. I'll just say that much.
Yeah, true. 2v1 is difficult, but I've seen Smurf do 2v1s really well. Actually, surprisingly, 1v1 in doubles, he's on fire. 2v1s, and he's pretty good at it.
And I'm actually surprised Smurf has managed to stay alive this long, to be real. But like, he's gonna need to take 4 stocks at maximum rage. Oh, there's the first one.
Edge guarding Bayonetta.
He's doing it. He doesn't know he's not supposed to.
Okay.
It's like a cartoon where the idiot character runs over the cliff and he's fine and just keeps running because he doesn't know about gravity. He doesn't know you can't edge guard Bayo.
I wouldn't say it's the idiot.
That's true. Smurf isn't an idiot.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Smurf plays way too smart.
Man, that quick 3-0.
Oblivious. That would be the better word.
Yes, that's the perfect word.
Yeah. But